Most High. So the Most High led him to do what he was doing. Same thing, we can say the same thing. The reason why we're able to do what we're doing is because of the Spirit of the Lord.
On the top?
You know what, my man, you can have a nice day.
Oh, you're like a pirate.
That's it.
I knew you was going to come with this foolishness, man.
You don't have to get angry.
Like, that's it. For I do always those things that please him.
Right, and I also do these things that please him. What's pleasing in the eyes of the Lord? When you preach the gospel. Right. Okay, and that's the thing. We're not out here to preach the gospel to a bunch of fools.
No.
Okay? A bunch of nobodies that has nothing to do with themselves.
Too much anger is not good.
Okay, so what we're going to do is now we're going to get to the main point. And you're going into slavery too, by the way. Alright, go on.
That was it says, as he spake these words, many believed on him.
Right.
Then said Yahawashi to those Jews which believed on him, if ye continue in my word,
right,
then are ye my disciples indeed.
Right. Ah, nice, brother. Nice. Let's read that one more time.
So it says,
that's what I'm talking about, man.
Verse 31. Then said Yahawashi to those Jews which believed on him, if ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed.
Right, and that's what we're doing. We're to follow the deeds and the ways of Yahawashi. So if we follow his ways, then guess what? We all become one as his disciples.
But you know what the key word is? Continue.
Right, to continue. So going back to what I was saying before, you one of those cats out there, and you just want to be you want to be self-willed, and roll in your own spirit, man. You ain't rolling in the Spirit of the Lord. The Spirit of the Lord is rolling in a certain way, and you gotta follow those footsteps. All right, that's what we have to do. That's how it goes down, and the Lord already written the script for us to follow. So there's no trying to make up your own script, man. You got these guys out there called the ITR. They're up there formulating new breakdowns now. This guy's like a fucking child, man. Fucking that, man. Go on.
That's it.
Grown ass fucking man too, man. Excuse my language. Grown ass goddamn man. Old enough to have grandchildren, and he's out in the middle of the street with a cup in his mouth and a banana in the other hand. Like, what the hell are you doing? Get out of here, man.
He was holding the same banana, waiting at us like it's a gun.
Yeah.
The guy's mad, man. The guy's mad. That's a madman.
We're going to get on you. Yeah. The one with the bananas.
Right. Worked out his mind, man. So I mean, it just goes to show you in this world we got people that have a lot of issues in the head, man. You understand? That's why you can't. That's why I said a month ago, you can't be rolling with everybody. You can't be everybody's best friend. You got to pick and choose who you roll with, man. Oh, you know, I think he's cool and all of this and that. So no. You got to roll with the people that's got a right mind on their shoulders, man. Go on, bro.
If ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed.
If you continue in my word, like the brother, saw out. If you continue in my word, go on.
And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Right, and we're made free. We don't have to actually feel uncomfortable or unfulfilled when we're just being ourselves. When it comes to being ourselves, we feel whole just by being ourselves. Why? Because we know the full truth. We know it's coming for this place, and we also know it's coming for us. So in other words, like the brother, I'm gonna shout the brother out, the brother Kazak in the Mississippi camp. He put it correctly. We have pretty much the cheat code. We know what's gonna before the end of the society, and we know what's gonna before the end of these people. We know it all. So there's no reason on why we should feel uneven or unfulfilled. Or full in the spirit. We're full in the spirit. We don't have to try to prove to others how cool we are.
Yeah.
Okay, or how strong we are, or how wise we are. Just so we can stroke our egos. We don't gotta do all of that, because our ego is already where it's at. So because of these scriptures. Okay, we don't gotta do all of that, man. We don't gotta try and prove to somebody, oh, yeah, I can get this woman, I can get that woman. We ain't got shit to prove, because see, when you got everything that you have right within, you don't gotta prove a damn thing. It's the ones that ain't got shit that's gotta prove something. Go on, brother. That's why you ain't gonna see me in no club, dancing around, partying and bullshit. I might go to a bar, but you ain't gonna see me in no club trying to chat to unreasonable people. I don't need to do all of that, because I'm already fulfilled within. Okay, go on.
It says Titus 1 verse 3, but have in due times manifested his word through preaching,
Right.
which is committed unto me according to the commandment
Right,
of
so
the
it
Most
was
High.
committed to Titus to preach to Titus. Just like it is committed unto us to do the same thing. Yeah, she kind of cute, right? My cup of tea, right? Yeah, read that again.
Titus 1 verse 3.
She kind of reminds me of Sanaa lately, man.
Well, have in due times manifested his word through preaching,
Right.
which is committed unto me according to the commandment of the Most High, our Savior.
That's it. So we're committed to teach this gospel. Just like the disciples of old. When them same men coming back in the reincarnation, and yet those same men would look just like us. So-called black men at the time. Alright? There weren't no white guys with white beards and looking all crazy.
Oh, thanks.
Okay?
I'll tell you, man. Please,
Go on.
false world, eh?
So it says, John, the epistle of John, 1 verse 1, that which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which we have seen with our eyes,
Yep.
which we have looked upon,
Yep.
and our hands have handled of the word of life.
Right, and our hands have handled the words of life. This is Bible, man. There's no other book that deals with life other than no other than the Bible, man. The Bible is the book of life. The Bible is the book that makes you whole, that makes you fulfilled. That's why I said what I said. We don't gotta be walking around trying to prove to the world we prove, or trying to prove to the world whatever it is that we want to prove. Because you already got it, man. We got it. Okay? We got what it takes, man. Alright? Read that verse again.
They say, that which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which we have seen with our eyes,
Which we have seen with our eyes. Go on.
which we have looked upon,
Okay.
and our hands have handled of the word of life.
The words of life. Go on.
For the life was manifested, and we have seen it, and bear witness, and show unto you that eternal life, which was with the Father, and was manifested unto us.
Yep.
That which we have seen and heard,
Yep.
declare we unto you.
Right, declare it we unto you, and that's what we're doing right now. Because visually, we've already seen the destruction of the society. Visually, we see the kingdom and what are going to befall the things of the kingdom. So we're out here to declare that to you, the elect that's out there. All right, not to some bunch of clowns. Go on.
They say
Yeah, you go.
Over there.
that ye also may have fellowship with us.
Right.
And truly our fellowship is with the Father
Right.
and with his Son, Yahawashi HaMashiach.
And that was Paul speaking. That's Titus,
John,
right?
John.
That was John speaking. So John understood that even at his time, he was pretty much dealing with those that believed. Because really, this truth is for those that believe, man, or those that are going to believe. This truth ain't just for everybody. You know, we're not going to come out here and teach to a bunch of clowns that want to be clowns. We're going to teach to the believers or those that seek to believe. That's who we're aiming this truth at. That's the intention of why we come out here. It's to gather the believers.
That's it, brother.
That's it. Okay? We're not out here to just bring, hold on, brother. We're not out here to just, we just trying to wake up all of our people. We just gonna wake up all of Israel. No. All of Israel ain't gonna wake up. The majority of Israel is gonna be put to death on this side, along with these other nations, including the so-called Europeans. And they're gonna come back and they're gonna get it back all over again. But right now, at this stage of the game, what you're gonna have is the elect and those that believe that are gonna attain the word of life and attain mercy. That's why you have 144,000 that's gonna come out of each tribe. 12,000, excuse me. Go on, brother.
It's 2 Timothy 3:14, and it says, but continue thou in the thing which thou hast
Right,
learned.
and that's one of the things that the elect is going to do, is to continue in the things which thou hast learned. Not deviate from that which you have learned and start your own psychobabble or bullshit. Okay, you're going to deal with what you were taught, man, and you're going to continue in that. As we just read in John 8. If thou continue in the ways of the Lord, man. So read that verse again, brother. I want you to get that again. John 8, verses continue.
John 1. Sorry. John chapter 8, verse 31.
Right.
There said Yahawashi to those Jews which believed on him.
Yeah.
If ye continue in my word,
Right.
then then are ye my disciples indeed.
That's it. So if we continue in the word and the things that we have been taught, including on this side, then we are the disciples of Yahawashi. That's all it takes. Okay, that's how it is, man. If you follow that power, then we're all in unison with the power. Okay, but when one strays away from that path is you better believe that path is going to lead you to destruction. Okay, that's how that goes down.
And back to 2 Corinthians 3, 2 Timothy 3, and 14 it says, but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing whom thou hast led them.
Right, and that's the bottom line. You got certain guys, man. They don't want to give reference to their elders or the apostles that taught them. They want to walk around like they done woke up out of the bed one morning. Oh, the Lord is still with me now. Nah, man, it don't work like that. You learn under somebody. You learn on the elders or apostles. And guess what? You gotta remember who taught your ass. Just like we remember who taught us. Okay, that's how this thing goes down. That's why every time at the beginning of camp, we give all praise and glory to Yahawashi, and we also give double honors to our elders and the apostles.
Right.
Go on.
1 Corinthians 15 verse 1. Moreover, brethren, I declare unto you.
Right, Paul, brethren, he said, I declare unto you. Go on.
The gospel which I preached unto you.
Right, which I preached unto you. Go on.
Which also ye have received. And wherein ye stand.
Right, and wherein you stand. Go on.
By which also ye are saved.
Right, which also we are saved. And so you got to picture yourself. This is nothing but Jakes that was hearing his word. It wasn't no white guy preaching the Bible, because they don't believe anyway. They didn't believe back then, and they don't believe now. It wasn't no so-called white person saying these words. Okay, I'll have to say that because I want you to get the picture here and what we're saying. Okay, and I'm going to say it again. No Edomite guy or so-called white person was speaking these things, and other Edomites were listening. That just wasn't happening because, like I said, these Edomites, so-called white people, they don't believe in the Most High, man. They don't believe in God. It's not in their nature to believe in God. So the only thing that you can come to the conclusion of is that they would have to be our people. Who fills up the churches when you go in these neighborhoods? Our people.
Beautiful, look at that.
Okay.
Woo!
So if they were people of God, if they're people of God now, you have to focus, brother. If our people are people of God now, then that meant more so they were people of God back then. The law doesn't change; everything stays the same, man. It's just, I mean, things may change to a certain level of degree, but when you're dealing with nature, okay, the setup of nature is all the same. All right, go on.
Yeah. There's another chariot up there. There's another chariot. But brothers, we know it's up there. We know it's up there. He's got it.
1 Corinthians 15, reading on, verse 2. By which also ye are saved, if ye keep in memory.
Right, we are saved if we keep in what?
Memory what I preached unto you, unless ye have believed in vain.
That's it, and that's what Paul was speaking unto the believers. So we gotta apply it to ourselves. We gotta remember on the things that the apostles taught us. You understand what I'm saying? Because who taught us? The apostles of Great Millstone, man. So we ought to be reminded and to remember on these words that was taught unto us, and also knowing the scriptures.
See the plane is flying back. You see it shining.
Yeah.
It's right behind the plane.
Yeah.
See it.
See that? It's right there. It's right. Charles showing himself. Showing himself. Come.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, that time.
Yeah. So we about to get out of here, man. Because we saw 2 chariots earlier today, and now we see another one. That's 3 chariots today that we saw. Okay, so that's showing you right there that we at the end of this man. We at the end of this fucking devil, man.
All right.
Okay? And everything that we've been doing wasn't vain. It was all profitable for what our salvation, man. Go on, brother.
Hebrews 4 verse 1. Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left of us
Right.
of entering into his rest,
That's it.
any of you should seem to come short of it.
Right, because we all came short of the glory.
Thank you, brother.
But what we gonna do is we gonna continue to do the works of the Lord, which is gonna get us to that glory.
Thank
All
you,
right.
brother.
That's what we gotta do, brothers, and we gotta continue in the faith. Right now, it's not the time to fall out, man. Right now, it's not the time to fall out. If you're falling out now, then hey, man, shame on you.
Right, sorry, Slaki, there's a beautiful again. Look at this one, man. Look at that one.
See, they showing themselves.
See that one there? Right there in front of us outside. Look, look, right there. See that one now?
Yeah, where's that?
Oh yeah.
Right there, right above.
Yeah.
Right, you know that little whiff of cloud right there?
Oh yeah, I see them right there. Yes, she's standing right there.
See the helicopters.
Yahawashi,
That's it right there.
Show me that helicopter.
Yeah.
You know, so they keep showing themselves.
Yes, yes. Yahawashi, Yahawashi.
Look at him
Noisy.
dance.
Noise, there's a lot of presence of chariots there.
I'll tell you, brother. Brother, as I say something to you guys, right? The blessings on you guys, but you guys not looking up enough, brother. Yeah? They're always above you guys, every week. Yeah? They're here, brother. They're here. They're blessing you.
It's right here.
It's always here, brother.
There, now it's right here.
There's one right there, and it's
Yeah, that one, it doesn't look like one, but
there's one right there.
still could be though. Still could be.
The other one was shining.
Yeah, the other one was a bit more 100%.
Because some of them are stationary too.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
are
yeah.
Stationary.
That one just looks like it's floating around
Yeah.
paper or something.
Yeah.
But Yahawashi got drones as well. He's got drones, you know. So, but the other one was 100%. Sometimes it's not always 100%, but 2 was 100% today for me.
All right, go on.
It's 1 Timothy 4 and 16, and it says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them.
Right.
For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
That's it. So we gotta continue in the gospel, man. This doctrine that we're bringing about. Because see, what the pastors have been teaching for so many centuries and years ain't the gospel of the Bible, man. God loves everybody and all that shenanigans. That ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. When you read into the Bible, you find out that that was not the intention of the Lord. The intention of the Lord was to save the elect of Israel.
Right.
Hence is why you have a man by the name of who the world called Jesus Christ that's coming back the second time to regain the elect out of each of these tribes here. Not to save everybody, man. That's all BS. Yeah, she shake her head. Yeah. She had to shake her head. I understand.
I walked up. She can say exactly as a foot.
This is not for her. Now the Most High's intention was to rise up the wicked into power and then to destroy his ass, put his ass into slavery. Okay, not to save his behind. Alright? The point of the matter is read what you got, brother. The point of the matter is that we have to continue in the faith unto the end. Like
Faith,
Paul
brother,
did.
faith.
And it's all about faith too.
Nice, brother.
You know? So read that.
Did I get
Yeah, read that verse again to recap what my training.
Okay, so that's 1 Timothy 4 and 16, and it says, take heed unto thyself and unto thy doctrine.
Right.
Continue in them, or in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself
Right.
and them that hear thee.
And that's the bottom line. We have to continue in this doctrine. This, as we just read in John 8. I think it was another precept we read. How the word is likened unto the word of life that we have handled. So if we continue in that understanding of life, which is in the scriptures, then we'll then receive immortality, okay, which is life. But if we're following after another tradition which man teaches, then that's going to lead us to destruction. That's what's going to happen. So if you're teaching that the 144,000 is the tribe of Dan, okay, and you're teaching the earth, the different planets are the fallen angels, that's not a part of the doctrine. That has nothing to do with what the scriptures are saying, man. Yeah. Okay, then you got one guy that's teaching that all of the Israelites are dark, they're all black people and all of that rubbish. Okay, the Latinos and the Native American Indians ain't Israelites. That's what you got guys teaching. Believe you me. These guys are teaching this bullshit doctrine, man. And that's not a part of the Bible. Go on.
It's like Galatians 1 and 8, and it says, but though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you.
We that you don't have to resurrect that again. Let's bring that back.
That's like Galatians 1 and 8, and it says, but though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
Let him be accursed, man. So if there's another messenger coming towards you with a different belief system, rather than that which is of the the life that we're bringing about, then he's accursed. We're not to have no dealings with that guy. We're not to call him, okay, or connect with him. He's going to be out there by himself, and before you know it, in due time, he might get a group of followers. But you better believe in due time, the Lord is going to fuck his ass up. Excuse my language. Okay, like Paul said, though I be rude in speech, but yet not in knowledge. So the Lord is going to destroy that guy, man, whoever that guy may be. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue in the things which we have learned, all right, by the apostles, okay, which we're working through the Spirit of the Lord, man. That's what we're going to do. And we're not going to change a damn thing. We're going to tell this devil, we're going to tell all of these other nations what the deal is. And the 2/3 of our own people too, that don't want to take heed and listen. All right. Anyway, so
one more.
Go on.
Let's say anyway, Hebrews 4 verse 1. Let us therefore fear, lest a promise be left us of entering into his rest.
Right.
Any of you should seem to come short of it. For unto us was the gospel preached.
Right, unto us which was the gospel was preached. And it says, let us fear. So that's another fact that you gotta have, you gotta have that fear. Okay, because you can call yourself an Israelite, or I'm in the truth now, but if you don't have that fear, to join in with the truth, then you're gonna be a self-willed beast. Like an ox, all right? A wild ox, or a wild horse that hasn't been humbled or beaten down. Go on.
It says, for unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them.
Right, as well as unto them. Now we're teaching the gospel unto other men. Go on, like Paul was doing. Go on.
But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith.
That's it.
In them that heard it.
That's it, man, because see, you can gain this understanding, like I was saying. You can have this understanding, this beautiful light that we have, right? But if you don't have faith in it, if you don't have the fear of the Lord in it, then it's to no avail. And that's why you have guys falling out left, right, hand, and center. And you know why they falling out? Because a lot of guys ain't praying, a lot of guys ain't fasting either. Okay, because when you fast and you do the prayer, what happens is your spirit becomes stronger than it was before. How do I know? Because I did it. Okay, many other brothers probably have experienced that. Okay, that's what the fasting does. It's to build you up and to make you stronger and to increase your faith. And then also you put that with prayer too. Put those combinations together, now you got something. All right, and believe you me, it works. Go on.
So it said, for we which have believed do enter into rest, as he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world.
Okay.
For he spake in a certain place of the seventh day on this wise, and the Most High did rest the seventh day from all his works. And in this place again, if they shall enter into my rest, seeing therefore it remaineth that some must enter therein, and they to whom it was first preached entered not in because of unbelief.
Right, because of unbelief. So you had many people that have received the understanding of life and rest, which is this truth. But many were turned away. Why? Because they lacked faith. So when the time came to waiting and having patience, they didn't have that time. They didn't have that mindset or the mind power to withstand and to deal with the suffering in waiting for the Lord. Because really, that's the other half of the truth. We've already conquered the other part and knowing what we're doing right now, but now what we got to do is wait. That's the other part of it. Waiting for what? The downfall of this society and the uprising of the nation of Israel, which is us, the true Israelites. Not those Israelis in Israeli land. Those ain't the Israelites. Those are nothing but what you call implants perpetrating a threat, man. That's what that is. And you know what too? You know what proves that they ain't? There's so many things that we can prove, disproving the fact that they are the Jews. We can totally prove, like not disprove, but we can prove that they're not the people. And I was even reading an article as well a couple of months back on how they're actually running out of that land because it's too hot, man. It's too hot. So they're coming down here and they going to other places because that land is dry and it's hot too. Melanoma is at a high rate over there. Yeah. Like the saying goes, melanoma ain't no joke. Go on.
It says, again, he limiteth a certain day,
right,
saying in David, today, after so long a time, as it is said, today, if ye will hear his voice,
right,
harden not your hearts.
Right.
For if Yahawashi had given them rest, then would he not afterward have spoken of another day?
Right. See?
There remaineth therefore a rest,
right,
to the people of the Most High.
And who are the people of the Most High? Israelites. Okay? That's who the people of the Most High is. It ain't referring to every nation. Okay, this Christian psychobabble, Roman Catholicism matters. The people of the Most High are Israelites. Okay? Let's rerun that again.
They say, there remaineth therefore a rest to the people of the Most High.
Right, there remaineth a rest for the people of the Most High. And you know what further proves that we need the rest? And Esau don't need the rest because he's high on his horse right now. We gotta work paycheck to paycheck. And we've been doing it for years, and we still have to work paycheck to paycheck. So there would have to come a rest for these people on the side. The so-called Europeans, they don't need no damn rest, man.
Yeah.
They already rested.
Yes, brother.
They can go to these 5-star restaurants. They got their own economy set up.
Credit.
Okay, they got good credit, disposable income, whatever you call it. They got all of that, man. They don't need Jesus Christ. They don't need this guy, who they call Jesus Christ. All right, which that's a whole nother entity. The entity is Yahawashi. That's the true entity that we need. Okay, go on.
So it says, for he that is entered into his rest, he also has ceased from his own works,
right,
as the Most High did from his.
Right, he have also ceased from his own works. Because the works were already done. Okay, the works were already fulfilled. So now he's going into that rest. And that's what it's all about. You have to fulfill the works, like Paul did. Paul fulfilled his part of the story, and guess what? He said the job is done. All right, so you got to complete the job. Being that we are the disciples, the current disciples of today. Okay, let's read that again.
They say, for he that is entered into his rest, which is the kingdom, he also have ceased from his own works.
He have ceased from his own works. The work was done.
The prophesying.
Right, the preaching, the prophesying. What's that, brother?
So like we entered into the kingdom.
Yep.
So now we cease from coming out here into the highways.
Right, because the kingdom is already set up.
Right.
But right now we gotta be putting in that work.
Right.
And that's why the apostles say, do your 3 videos a day. Because really, when we're in the kingdom, we're gonna be cold chilling. We're gonna be forever chilling, man. It's not gonna be a time we have to work, but right now we have to work.
Pray, speak it, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's why Paul said, our affliction won't be compared to the glory that we're gonna receive. So we're gonna have more than enough time to rest all day if we want to. That's why, like I said, the apostle said you gotta do your videos. And I understand why he said that. Go on.
So they say, let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest.
That's why it says, let us labor. You're not gonna get into the kingdom just sitting on your ass inside of a damn church.
That's right.
Oh, Jesus loves me, Jesus Christ, and all of this shenanigans. You're gonna get into the kingdom, first and foremost, you gotta be an Israelite for one. That's one thing, that's first things first.
Yeah.
You gotta be an Israelite to receive the benefits of the kingdom.
That's right, brother.
Number 2, you gotta be of the elect.
Right.
All right. Number 3, you have to put in that work, as you just read. Let's read that again.
They say, let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest.
Let us now, therefore, read that verse again.
let us labor.
Right.
Therefore, to enter into that rest.
So what does it mean, let us labor? I mean, you gotta toil in that work. You gotta come out here, preach the word, be instant in season and out of season. All right, and the word instant, by the way, means to be ready. So you gotta be ready to teach this gospel. There's no more, I don't feel like coming to camp this week. I'm gonna just chill. I'm gonna lay in the cut, for 1 week, or the second week going, bro.
And I don't mean to interrupt your train of thought, but Elder Gabar said that when you're in this truth, you're not supposed to be comfortable, right? Right?
I said that earlier on.
You're not supposed to be comfortable.
Yep.
It's not supposed to be a walk in the park.
Yep.
You know what I mean, brother?
Yep.
So
That's it.
So you're saying, brother,
That's it,
right?
So
And that's come from our apostles.
absolutely.
Yeah?
And they're highly correct on that. So we gotta be putting in work. That means you gotta come out here, do the work, and even in your spare time, you do the work as well. Okay, you do your 3 videos. Every day you do your 3 videos. If you can do your videos every 3 days, or Salakia every day, that's all right too. But as long as you fulfill that week, with your 3 videos, you good. Go on, brother.
So I say, least any man fall after the same example of unbelief.
Right. Least anyone fall from the same example of unbelief. Why? Because they didn't have faith. And the people that's going to withstand in the latter days, in the days of destruction, are the men of faith. Okay, that's why the scripture says, "Will the Lord find faith on the earth?" Because you're going to have a lot of these individuals, these people out here, kind of camera, brother. All of these people that you see walking right before you, they don't have no belief in the Most High. They may say they believe in the Most High, but they really don't. When all hell breaks loose, they're going to be looking for the government to take care of the ass. All right? And the government ain't going to take care of the ass because they're going to be out there having to fend for themselves. And meanwhile, I'm going to say the quite opposite. Esau's, this society, or the government that be, they're going to looking to destroy these people. All right? Go on.
It's Isaiah going to what he says, 13 verse 14. And it shall be as the chased road, and as the sheep that no man taketh up.
Right.
There shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own
And
land.
that's what's going to start happening. And it's already happening now. You got people going into their own lands, going out of the Western Hemisphere, because they're finding out that this westernized society ain't working for them anymore. So I might as well go back home and be brought back home.
Brexit as well.
Okay, and that's what's happening, man. So this society is going downhill. It's through. Esau had his time to flaunt in his suit and tie all over the place in his turkey neck. Them days are through now, man. Okay, now is the time for us to be on the come up. Okay? Go on.
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
Right, everybody that is found shall be thrust through. The unbelievers. Go on.
And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Right, everybody that's joined unto them shall fall by the sword. The way you're going to be joined unto them is if you receive that RFID microchip. Once you receive that RFID microchip, the mark of the beast, you're going to be destroyed. Because you've declared to be joined unto the society, man.
Right.
Okay, and even these jakes out here that's in the military, and they all caught up and they feeling themselves because they got the guns and carrying the big weapons. That same weapon is going to lead to their own destruction. They're going to be a part of the soil. Right. Go on.
This is Amos chapter 9 verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
See, even the lost people are going to die by the sword. See that? But it says the unbelievers. So the ones that, like I said, the ones that are joined hand with Esau, because you got to be an unbeliever of a so-called Negro to join hands with Esau anyway. Because really, if you join onto Esau, what you're really saying is that Esau is the Most High,
Yes.
and the Most High don't exist. I believe in him. That's what you're saying. But what we're saying, the men that's in their right mind, that have integrity and morals, okay, and the standards, what we're saying is that these jokers ain't got no power. The Most High has all the power.
That's it, brother.
All right, and guess what? We're not just saying it. The Word of God is saying it. So let it be that as it may. Go on.
So going back, it says, verse 16 in Isaiah chapter 13, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes.
Right, and that's what's going to go down. Go on.
Their houses shall